Alright, so next thing I'm going to do on this question is the income and expenditure account. So income and expenditure account is like a profit and loss account for the club. Okay, so we're going to mainly draw our stuff from the receipts and payments account. Receipts standing in for income, payments for expenditure. But just remember, this is a cash account. This is cash in, this is cash out. The income and expenditure account is going to operate more like a profit and loss, so it will include non-cash items like depreciation. It will have sales for the attributable to the year 2018, rather than this just being in here maybe sales or say bar receipts received during 2018. Okay. One thing we're going to do when we do it is stuff like, say, competition receipts 28,000, competition prizes 20,100. So you could put 28,000 in as income, you could put 20,100 in as expenditure. What we tend to do in these income and expenditure accounts is net off stuff like that. Okay, so you do 28 minus the 2,100 and put in competition profit as income. Okay, rather than putting both of them in. All right. We've done our cumulative fund. We're asked then for an income and expenditure account. Even though we're not asked for it, you tend to be explicitly asked for them on the ordinary level questions. The first thing we'll do is a bar trading account. So you'll see here you've got bar receipts 66,200, you've got bar purchases 38,700, but you also got bar creditors, bar debtors, bar stock. So there's a good bit of stuff to kind of go in to actually figure out the bar profit. So you're better off just as a working doing a bar trading account, even though you're not actually asked for it. Okay, so your bar trading account is going to be like any other trading account you do as part of a profit and loss account. So it's going to have your sales less your cost of sales. Your cost of sales will be opening stock plus purchases, take away closing stock. So my first working on the income and expenditure account is going to be the bar trading account. So that's going to be sales. So that's going to be bar receipts of 66,200. Now you can put that in and adjust it, but I'd probably just do it in one line here. So you'll notice you've got bar debtors here at the start of the year, 480. And imagine in the notes, yeah, bar debtors of 500 at the end of the year. So remember, this is cash received during 2018. So the bar debtors here for 400, so people owed me 480 for drinks they'd bought in the previous year on the 1st of January. So when they paid me this 480, this would be included in the 66,200. But if they're debtors at the start of the year, they must have been bar sales in the previous year. So you need to take that 480 out of that 66,200 because it's not a 2018 sale, it's a 2017 sale that you're finally getting the cash for. And it's cash that goes in there. So in my bar trading account, I'm going to go the 66,200 in the receipts. I'm going to take away the bar debtors at the start of 480. And then the opposite kind of adjustment on the other side. So bar debtors at the end of the year are €500. So we made sales of €500 during the year, which I haven't received the cash for yet. So if you haven't received the cash, it wouldn't go in the receipts, but you have made the sale in 2018, so it should go in an income and expenditure account. It should go in a bar trading account. So you're going to add that 500 on. And that's your sales. Okay, you'll see here we've got bar creditors as well, so we're going to make a similar adjustment with the purchases in a minute. So 66,200, take away the 480 plus the 500 is 66,220, less the cost of sales, so that's going to be opening stock. So I can kind of abbreviate here because I'm not actually asked to prepare this. So my opening stock, so 1st of January bar stock 5,800, there it is. plus purchases. So again, we're going to do a similar adjustment to sales because we've got bar purchases 38,700. So we paid out 38,700 in cash. But some of that cash flowing out of the business was paying these bar creditors of 750 from the start of the year. So they were for 2017. They shouldn't be in these accounts. So take away that 750. So you're taking away like opening creditors and debtors and adding on closings, if you like. And then bar creditors 31 December 12:30. So that's purchases I made in 18 that I haven't received the money for yet. If you haven't received the money, it won't be included in the payments account. So you need to add it on to the 38,700. So plus 12:30. So your purchases number then, when you make those adjustments, is 39,180. And then you're going to take away the closing stock. So bar stock, including catering stock of 400, was 13,600. So the catering stock I'm going to use when I'm getting catering profit. So take that out. So closing stock should be 13,600. So I just put asterisks beside that. You're going to return to it later. Take away the 400. So it's only bar stock that we want in here. So add the two of them and subtract that, and you get 31,780. Subtract that then from the sales, and you get 34,440, and that's your bar profit. So that's going to go in my income and expenditure account as an income item. So bar profit 34,440. 34,440. Now, so I would say, look, the receipts side of this is going to be your starting point for finding income. So subscriptions is income for the club. Okay, so that's the members paying their membership fees. So that's the subscriptions. I am going to need to adjust that a little bit before I put it into income. So I'm going to make this my working 2. So subs are 126,900. Now, what adjustments do I make? So I have subscriptions received in advance 1,900, okay, at the start of the year. So I received 1,900 last year, but it was for this year's subscription. So it's received in advance, it's for 2018. So that 1,900 should be included here. Okay, so when the cash of 1,900 was received, it would have went in the receipts for last year, but it belongs in with the actual income for this year because it's to do with 2018. So you're going to add that 1,900 on. So you can put in what it is as well. You can make these workings a bit more detailed if you want. I'm going to do them quite quickly. So is there any more issues with subs here? No. So into the notes then, I think there's a couple of things. Yeah, so part 4 here is a lot about subscriptions. So 5 new life memberships in addition to the 15 from 2017. So it includes 5 life memberships. So if you remember, I have 45,000 euro worth of life memberships, and I'm told that's 15 memberships. So 45,000 life memberships divided by 15 means a life membership must cost 3,000. There are 5 life memberships included with subscriptions. So 5 life memberships is 15,000. So remember I said life memberships doesn't belong in an income and expenditure account. All right, it will go in as a liability in your balance sheet. So it shouldn't go in here. So you need to take that 15,000 for life memberships out of subscriptions. Next up, subscriptions for 2019 amounting to 900. So included in that 126,900 is 900 for next year. that shouldn't go in this year's income and expenditure account. We're interested in 2018 subscriptions, so take that 900 out. Levy for 2018 of €50 each from 600 members. So the levy is another one which isn't income. Okay, it will sit on the balance sheet as a liability. So 50 by 60. So 50 by 600 is 30,000. Okay, 2018 levy, so that should come out of subscriptions. Levy for 17, €50 each due from 20 members. So I put that in the accumulated fund because it was from 2017, but it needs to come out of subscriptions as well. So it's not in subscriptions. So 20 by 50 is 1,000. So that 1,000 needs to come out. Is there anything else then about subscriptions? Life membership is no. Okay. So add that and subtract the rest of them, and you get 81,900. All right, so that's your subscriptions for 2018. So a few things to adjust with that. So income, subscriptions, 81,900. Next up, catering receipts. Yes, okay, so that's going to be income, but again, we're going to net it off against purchases. I might just do a really quick. There's not going to be as much here, but it will require just a little trading account. So your catering kind of sales is 8,500, or receipts if you like. Take away your cost of sales. So that would be any opening catering stock, which I don't have, plus any catering purchases, 4,900. Take away, or remember here, I'd catering stock of 400. So cost of sales, remember, is opening stock, which I don't have, plus purchases, take away closing stock. So that's 5,300. So my 8,500 take away this. So 4,500 is going to be 4,000 catering profit. So that's catering profit, 4,000. All right, and there's my references in. That's working 1, working 2, working 3. Interest on investments. Yep, interest should go in 2018, but it should just be 2018's interest. So when I was doing the accumulated fund workings, I took that 2,800, I took away 400 interest due at the start of the year, I added on 300 interest due at the end of the year, and I got 2,700 as being the actual interest for 2018. Okay, so that's what should go in as your investment interest. So I've done that adjustment, or I've done that calculation already. So €2,700 is the investment interest. So 2,700. Bar receipts, I've dealt with that. Entrance fees, 12,000. I don't think there's anything that's said against that, so that's just going to go in. Entrance fees, 12,000. Annual sponsorship of 7,400. There was nothing in the notes or anything about that, so that just goes straight in. National Lottery grant 15,500. Just check that. There was a note about that. The grant from the National Lottery was received on a once-off basis to support the day-to-day activities of the club. It is to be treated as a revenue item. So revenue item, it is telling you to put it through the income and expenditure account. So grants can be capitalized and kind of written off over a few years if they're to fund expenditure over a few years. There's a few different ways you can treat them. That's explicitly telling me to put it in the income and expenditure account to treat it as revenue. So 15,500. Competition receipts 28,000. I've got competition prizes of 20,100. So competition profit. So you can, see how they're working. Working for competition, 28,000. Take away the 20,100 is equal to 7,900 profit on your competition. So working for 7,900. The transfer from a building society, that's not income. Okay, so that's just moving my money around. Remember we said it wasn't included in the assets at the start. So that's just moving 10,000 from the building society into probably your regular bank account that you use. That's just shifting money around. That's not income. So that shouldn't go in your income and expenditure account. Now, is there anything else? So bar stock, bar debt and creditors, they've gone into they're gone. Investment interest, I've dealt with that. The subscriptions I've adjusted. Yeah, here. So the club has decided that life membership is to be credited to income over a 10-year period commencing in 2018. So the life membership, remember, sits on the balance sheet as a liability. Okay? But then the idea would be, like with, say, a fixed asset where we write it off using depreciation, these life memberships, they lapse at a certain point. Okay, people don't live forever, so we're kind of writing off the cost of those over a certain number of years. So we're writing them off over a 10-year period, and we're starting to do it this year. Okay, so we need to get total life memberships. So remember, I have 45,000 at the start of the year, but I'm also told I had another 5. And I valued those at 15,000. So your life memberships are 60,000. So life memberships. So the 45,000 plus the 15,000 new ones is 60,000. And I'm told to write that off over 10 years. So that's €6,000 per year. And I'm explicit, it's income is where that's going to go, and I'm explicitly told that in the question. It's credited to income. So 6,000 for life memberships. Written off, that's working 5, and it's €6,000. And that's it for income. Okay, so our starting point is receipts, but I need to kind of go and just look through to see there's not any others that I've missed. All right. So add all of those up and I get 171840. And then I do expenditure. So this is the mirror image. So my starting point for this is going to be the payments. Okay. Balance on the 1st of January, that's just a bank balance, that's not a payment. Bar purchases I've put into the bar trading account. Catering purchases I've put into that little catering trading account I did. Purchase of equipment is not relevant for the income and expenditure account. So that's a capital item. Sundry expenses of 81,500. Yes, and I didn't see any notes about sundry expenses, so they're just going to go straight in as expenditure. So sundry expenses, or general expenses, meaning the same thing. competition prizes, I netted off against competition receipts, so that's in. Coaching expenses of 5,600. Yes, okay. But if you remember, there was kind of talk of wages due at the start. I think there's wages due at the end as well, maybe. Yeah, it says provide for another 25. So do a working for that. So coaching. So it's 5,600. That's in the payments. Wages from 2017 due at the start of 18, 1640. So that's, if it's due at the start of 18, it must be paid as part of this 5,600. But it's 417, so it should be taken out. So you should take away the 1640. But then it says provide for a further 2,500 wages due at the end of the year. So there's obviously €2,500 worth of wages I didn't pay during the year but are for 2018. So I need to add those on. So when you tot those, you get 6,460. And that's just coaching expenses. Bank loan on 18 months interest at 3% per annum on the 31st of May 18. Yes. Okay. So the loan interest part. So that payment of 2,900 suggests to me we paid off a good bit of bank loan, and then 18 months interest on the 31st of May. So I kind of have to adjust this, do something with this for the accumulated fund as well. So including this 20,900, 18 months interest. And 5 months of that is for 2018. So I need to take 5 months of that in. So if I go back to where I figured out bank loan interest. Yeah. So the 20,900 includes 18 months of interest, which is at 3% per annum. So that's 3% for every 12 months. So for 18 months, it's going to be 3% plus 1.5%, 4.5% interest included in the 20,900 there. So to figure out what 100% is, what the actual loan bit of that 2,900 is, I divided the 2,900 by 104.5 and multiplied by 100. So 20,000 is the actual loan, which means 900 is interest. Previously, I was interested in finding out how much of that was interest due for the liabilities in the accumulated fund. Now I'm interested in finding, that was 13 months of the 18 months. I'm interested in finding out what the 5 months in 2018 are. So it's until 31 May 18. So that €900, I'm interested in getting 5/18 of it. Okay, so just working 7, 18 months interest is 900. So divide that by 18 and multiply by 5. And you'll get €250. And that's the actual interest for 2018. So from January to May 2018. So that's going in as expenditure. So interest of 250. I forgot to put my coaching expenses in. They were 6,460. Coaching expenses working 6. Interest working 7. Anything else then? The balance, that's just the bank balance at the end of the year. Dealt with.